So today, as a start, I just wanted to talk a little bit start off with the fact that everything that we're going to say is not true, in a sense. Because what we're talking about is, of course, the infinite. And we live in a finite world, and language is finite. It must be finite. So in trying to describe the infinite, we're always going to be short. And so it's never quite there. What we can only do is point us in the right direction to find it ourselves. Mm. And the other thing is that we work in layers. So at one point, you'll be satisfied with one answer. And then weeks, days, months, maybe years later, you realize that that's not quite the whole truth. And then there's another answer. And eventually, that answer will contradict the first answer. So as we're talking about things, depending on the level that we're at, it may sound contradictory. But you said, that was,
Yeah, just quantum timing.
Exactly. So we have to
working
keep
in the field.
that in mind,
Yeah.
In Zen, they say that if you can describe Zen, it's not Zen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I haven't heard that, but it makes sense.
Yeah, and concepts can mull around as we're going along, and just one example is a concept I took weeks and weeks and weeks, probably months and perhaps longer, and I knew inherently this concept that I was trying to get into to my being felt true, but my mind argued with it. It was such a mind spin, but it felt true, so I just let it simmer. And it was the concept was like there's no time, and it just spun my head. But
kind of a crazy one.
Even at the beginning of it, I felt it, that I know that, but I couldn't make it peace with it within my logical physicalness for a long time. So that might happen too. For
time is a concept, isn't it?
But we'll never get that.
But
really, we'll never truly get it, because we live in this 3D reality which is defined by time.
Yeah.
Even if we're talking about in our 3D reality, when we get to the quantum stage, time no longer exists. Electrons are here and not here at the same time. They exist in two places at the same time. It just doesn't make sense. There is no ways that we can quantify it because it's outside of time.
Yeah, that's even deeper.
And that's at the edge of the 3D reality. Once you get past that into a higher consciousness, well, then there just isn't any time. Everything is existing only in this now moment. There is only this now moment, and nothing else exists. Anything other than that is thought.